Hey everyone, I'm Rick Beato. On today's Everything Music, it's What Makes This Song Great, episode 72. We're going to do something new in the series. This is our first instrumental song. The artist's name is Plini. He's a guitarist from Australia. He's a fantastic player. The song is called Electric Sunrise. It's coming up next. I first heard of Plini when I was talking with Steve Vai a couple years ago. He asked me if I had heard of him, and I said, no, I don't know who that is. He said, well, he's an Australian guitarist. You should really check out his record. So I went and looked on Spotify, and I saw this song, Electric Sunrise. It was the first track on there, had the most plays, so I put it on. I thought, wow, this is great. It's progressive rock, has some metal elements to it, but it's very melodic. I can see why Steve really digs it. Some of you may recognize the song from a video I did about 6 months ago where I was talking about how to count odd time signatures. This particular song is in 13/8, the main riff is, and I showed how to count it, and I'll talk more about that in this episode. So let's check out the top of the song. Okay, so this opening riff here is the note E flat, but it's played in a 13/8 time signature. Now, it's not obvious to the listener at first. It just sounds like that there's a pattern to it, but it's not an obvious pattern. It's not really obvious until the riff comes in, but let's talk about what's going on here. So you have that one single note there. There's a little pad behind it, but then you have these acoustics that come in right here. Let's listen. All right, let me talk about the intro of the tune. So it begins with that E-flat drone, but I'm going to speak of this as if it's in the key of E. The guitar tuning that I have here is just drop down to E-flat, drop down a half step. So the chord progression that happens at the top is a D major 7 with no third. Okay, so it's D, A, C sharp, E. Once again, I'm speaking as if this is a half step above because it's easier. I don't want to say D flat, major 7, no third, so it get confusing. Then it goes to a D6 chord. And then eventually the second chord comes in and it's an E6 chord to E major. Then it goes to F sharp minor 11. You can think of it like this. To E over G sharp with the sus4 in it, but he's playing here, so he's going there to, so it would be half step there, so you got the fourth and the third, fourth, then the fifth, and the root. Beautiful, beautiful sound. There's a lot of these dissonant chords in this particular song and in Plini's music in general that make it, I think, really beautiful and melancholy. One thing I wanted to talk about as well is the plugin that you saw at the very beginning. That plugin is a plugin that was made by a partnership with Plini and Neural DSP. It's his own plugin that just came out recently, and it actually has the Electric Sunrise presets in it, so we're going to be using it for today's video. During this intro section, we have some really beautiful keyboard pads along with these lines that are bell-like. Let me solo them for you. Organ. Beautiful. Then the drums come in with the accents right here. The drums start really long verb. This is our build into the main riff here. You can hear it starting to swell. Now this swell here is happening. It's an organ swell. Let's check it out. So that's going behind the main riff. Let's check out the main riff next. Okay, let's talk about 13/8 now. 13/8 in this case is counted like this: 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 1. You have 4 groups of 3, that equals 12, and then you have a group of 1, so it's 4 plus 1, which gives you this feel of 13/8. The main riff, however, is played in 16th notes. Let me show you how that's divided up. That's the first line, and the second line goes. If I play it up to tempo, it goes something like this. Let me solo the lead so you can hear the effects on it. If you listen really closely, there's a very long delay on the main lead, which gives it its ethereal vibe, right? So it's that kind of delay. Another thing I want to point out is this line that comes in, the next melody line that goes. But there's actually a couple. You'll hear this screaming sound. Let me play it for you. It's really amazing. Notice it has a really low guitar in there too. It sounds like there's probably about 4 or 5 guitars right in that one overdub, but it just sounds incredible. Next, I'd like to talk about the rhythm guitars, the chunking parts. Let's check those out. So those chord voicings here, so I've got, once again, I'm drop D flat. Okay, so drop down a half step and then drop D. And it's this... My favorite part is the ending chords when it goes between the... and then the last chord. It's really beautiful, that E sus over G sharp. Really E flat sus over G, but it's gorgeous. Those last 2 chords. If I were to take those chords from the guitar to the piano, you hear they sound great on the piano as well. So you got this D flat major 7, no third over F. And then we have the E flat sus 4 with the G in the bass. So you get this beautiful minor 9 and that half step there, that dissonance. That's what creates that melancholy mood to that section. Next, I want to check out Simon Grove's bass part. It's a really interesting part. I'm going to lower the rhythm guitars and push the bass up so you can actually hear what he's playing. I've got this dark glass plugin that is made by it's the same company. Dark Glass makes the Plini plugin as well. So he starts out with this. Now it's low strings rattling because it's not really set up to be played this low, but then when he gets to the second set of chords, he goes. Then my favorite part is. Let me play along with it. Next, let's check out Troy Wright's drum part during the same section. Next, I'd like to talk about what we're going to call the verse section. It's this riff which starts out. Let me try and play along with it. Then we go into this bell-like guitar part that Plini plays that I want to go over. Then we're into the solo. Let me go over those chord voicings here. They're really cool. It starts out with these fourth voicings, but then it goes to this beautiful voicing with the major seventh in it, and this minor and the major second, and then fourth, and then it goes to that same shape, and then to a dominant seventh shape to a major triad there. So. Really, really beautiful. That's one of the presets again on the Neural DSP plugin. During this clean guitar part, the bell-like guitar part, there's a, shall we say, slightly djenty part that goes on in the rhythm. Let's check it out. But really the cool part that happens is what's going on in the drums. Listen to the drum part here. Oh! Then we're into the solo. So this next part is the beginning of the lead break. It's actually not the actual solo, but it's about 25 guitars playing together. Check it out. Let me solo it so you can actually hear what's being played. Check it out. It's great. Love the whammy bar that's going on in there too. Then it comes back to this breakdown section here, but it's a lower dynamic. Love all the reverb and delay. And then we have the return of the acoustic. This leading us up to the solo break. Right here. love about Plini's playing is all the different textures that he gets when he's playing his solos. He bounces off the delays really well. Check this out. Awesome. Right there, all the little muted parts that he brings in too. Listen. This is my favorite part. And he comes out of it with that pick squeal, but listen to it. I'm going to solo this. Listen. It's perfectly bouncing off the delay. I mean, his time is so solid there. That lick with the sus4 arpeggio in the middle of it is one of my favorites in the solo. Let me play it slowly. And this part of it, it's hard to play. So moving on from that. Beautiful. This. So all the pinch harmonics, the really staccato notes, the muting, this is great. Listen to this here. The slides. Beautiful. It's a great flow. Love that. Pentatonic lick, awesome. And then there's those beautiful, clean chords with a whammy part. Okay, this is my favorite part in the song. This little transition back to the riff. Let's check out some of the layers in this next section. Acoustics and then the synths. And then you have the backwards effect here that leads you in. It's that backwards snare. That sucks you back into this transition, back into the riff. That little transition there, check out the bass and drums. And then add in the rhythm guitars. It's just so heavy. And then you put it all together. He has that screaming sound again. Beautiful, beautiful. There's a double, you hear the octave in there. Then we're back into the main riff. That's where the 7-string enters. You can hear that really low-tuned guitar, right? Let's check it out here. Let's check it out in context. Right here. That's all for now. Please subscribe here to my Everything Music YouTube channel. If you're a new subscriber, remember to ring the bell. If you're interested in the Beato book, go to my website at www.rickbeato.com. Follow me on Instagram at rickbeato1. And if you want to support the channel even more, become a member of the Beato Club. Thanks for watching.